Once you've launched your capital campaign, execution of the campaign on a daily basis is really critical to success. The principles and methods I'm about to show you apply to all Catholic campaigns, whether it's a parish, a school, a religious organization, or any other Catholic apostolate. But what I'm about to show you especially applies to Catholic schools or apostolates where the campaign is run by administration or development staff. So really this video is particularly intended for presidents and for development directors of Catholic apostolates. Okay. Once you launch a capital campaign, your daily work as a development director is pretty simple. I know you've got a lot of things to do, but when it comes to the capital campaign, there's really only three things that you need to focus on. Number one, get the appointment. Number two, meet with people and do the appointment. And number three, call them back to close the gift. Those are the three things. Let me show you a way of how I envision doing that in a very efficient manner. Your job as development director or as a top administrator of a Catholic school, for example, is to work the prospect list from the top down, beginning with your best prospects first, and then on an individual basis with each one of those individuals to work them through the process from left to right, from making the first contact to getting the appointment, to meeting with them, to getting them on the pending list, meaning they're considering a gift but haven't decided how much they're going to do, right? To actually getting that signed pledge form into your development office. Let me show you how this concept works in practice. In this graphic, we see a report of the prospect list. And in the first column, you will notice that the prospect list is listed by target code with the A2 $1 million prospect at the top, followed by the B prospects at the $500,000 mark, the C prospects at the $250,000 mark, and then for the sake of discussion today, I left out the D and the E prospects and moved directly to the $25,000 prospects at the F level. So again, the list is ordered by target code with the best prospects first. In the second column, you can see the name. In the third column, you can see the solicitation status. And in the last column, you can see the solicitor who is assigned to make the next contact. So let's say it's Monday morning and you meet with, as development director, you meet with the president or others as appropriate. You put in front of everybody that's in the room, the 2 or 3 of you, the prospect list, and you work your way from top down and from left to right. So let's do that. Let's work from top down and left to right. The first name on the list is Elberts, Mr. Jim Elberts. And in the third column, under solicitation status, you can see that he's already made his gift or pledge. And Father Bill was the solicitor, okay? And the reason he's already made his pledge is, of course, Jim was your campaign chair. So we've got that one taken care of. There's nothing more to do there. Next on the list is Ann Zoya. And you can see that the appointment has been set by Father Bill, so there's nothing more to do there except perhaps reconfirm the appointment. Next is Mr. Smith, Mr. Thomas Smith. And you can see that under solicitation status, he's listed as contact underway. Now, what does this mean? It means that Father Bill has placed a call, perhaps left a voicemail, but we haven't heard back from Thomas yet. So you might want to remind Father Bill that it might be time to make another call and leave another voicemail. Next on the list is Nancy Alexander. And you'll notice that Nancy Alexander has a target code of B as in boy 5. And of course, if you recall our discussion about target code, the B represents a potential $500,000 prospect, but the 5 means that it's probably a wild card long shot. Now, if you look under solicitation status, it's not surprising that it's blank, because we know that Nancy is probably a pretty long shot. And so Father Bill hasn't even placed the first call yet, and that's why solicitation status is blank. So as development director, you might want to remind Father Bill that, hey, listen, Father Bill, I know that Nancy is a long shot, but why don't you place the call anyway and give that a try. Next on the list, we see that we have Tim and Joan Johnson, and their target code is C1, and they're listed as pending. And as solicitor, I have my name, my initials behind that name. Why? Because Father Bill and I went out and visited with Tim and Joan. We had a lovely dinner. We had a great conversation. And as we closed the conversation, Father Bill said, would you mind if I had Greg call you in a couple weeks for your decision? So I got that off of Father Bill's plate because he's got plenty of people to call. And it really wasn't necessary. I mean, we had a great camaraderie that evening. It's a call that I can make to follow up on. The next two people on the list are Diane Schumacher and Lisa and Tom Sheet. As you can see, these are assigned to Deacon Tom. Unfortunately, Deacon Tom isn't in the room with us this morning, so I will give him a call and ask him to talk to Diane Schumacher. I can see that contact is underway, but he has not yet gotten an appointment with her. I will ask Deacon Tom to make that call again to try and get that appointment. And also I can see that he has met with Lisa and Tom Sheet. They're on the pending list, meaning we've met with them, that we've asked them for a gift, and their decision is still outstanding. So I call Deacon Tom, I say, hey, these two people on your prospect list, can you make those calls and move those people along, okay? And then on it goes. That's how you work the prospect list from the top down and from the left to the right.